My first costume that I had approved was a Jawa, which I pieced together rather fast while I was waiting for my Stormtrooper to be finished and in for approval, which I did get dual approved, both Rebel Legion and 501st. It took a few weeks for the costume to be made, but then I needed to source a lot of the parts from other vendors and stuff, so that give me about a month or two of hold up on those.
Yep.
But once they all came in, it come together really fast. The Jawas are a costume that there's not a lot of pieces, so I was able to get put together very quick.
Did you get approved first time with the Jawa?
I did get approved first time with the Jawa, both on 501st and Rebel Legion, but I did get a little feedback on some dressing issues or some things that we could do better.
No, I didn't actually, but it was only come down to a small little tweak of in the photo shoot, you know, one little bit of my bicep had to spin a little bit, and then that was it. It took 5 seconds to refix him, and I was good to go.
That took me a good 3 months to make that costume, because it was a very tedious process, trying to get the seam lines right, making sure to get the decorations on the costume correct, because they're very specific about that, and I wanted to get that absolutely correct for them. I got it approved the first time round, so I was very lucky in that regard. I didn't have to make any adjustments whatsoever, so I was very lucky.
I've had very few costumes that have been knocked back. I think I've had 5 or 6 now approved first go. I think we've got a really good team of GMLs at the moment, where any feedback that they give you is put in a positive way, and it's constructive rather than degrading, or, you know, which we've heard of in the past and from other cops. Just that change of tone and narrative can really help.
So 2 goes, it's in photographs. The first photos didn't actually really turn out very well, so I had to go and redo photos. And I think I had a couple of tweaks on my costume. Pretty much that was about it. A really good process to go through. The membership was fantastic. The build parties came along. I went to those, got the help I needed, and was able to keep on progressing.
I don't think anyone goes through the approval stage of that in knockback, so I had a couple of little things. The gaps around my hands and a couple of little things I had to tweak, but yeah, very easy but to modify those ones, move on, and it's not you did something wrong, it's more if you tweak it this way, it'll look even better.
No, I had to adjust something on the head, and considering it was made for me, I needed the help of the Garrison, and that was the joy of being a cadet, that I could reach out across the Southern Cross Garrison and people help me out.
The Jawa is one of the easier ones to get approved. On the spectrum of easy, it takes years to get. Cost-wise as well is one of the lower ones. I think it took about a year to have everything processed. A lot of my boots, my mask and everything, I actually gathered materials and built myself. There's a few tutorials and videos and stuff I found online as help from other Legion members. Mine was also one of the last of the proper monk's cloth. So mine's one of the authentic ones, but it's becoming more difficult to find that material, very expensive, and so I'm very fortunate that mine is that good.
Final fix list was 20 items that I had to get done within a certain amount of time. So when I look at, I actually keep that with me in my crate, just as a reminder. You know, perseverance, the fact that I can do it and what I've achieved. So no, I didn't get approved first time for the Mercs.
No, never approved first time round. So I think the TK, a lot of it is dressing issues for the photographs. So you might have a wife, partner, or your kids helping you get this thing on, and they don't know how it's meant to go, and you're directing them through dialogue or pictures, and so that's always tricky. But also the approval process is really quite rigorous and thorough. That initial rejection is tough. You kind of, because you've spent so much time putting this great costume together, you've followed all the steps, and then to get that rejection, it's like, what now? But it's good to fail because it makes you do a better costume. This is what separates 501st from all the other costuming groups, and so you've got to have those standards in place to get to those realistic film top levels. And so it's a really important part of the process of being part of a costuming group too, is helping new people come through. So you want to help them come through that rejection process as well, and explain to them that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and you just got to fix this and fix that, and you'll be fine. So yeah, but dressing correctly for those approvable photos is very important.